was told by two different sources. One said Shedeur, Chris, will start the last 4 games of the season. Another person said he could be in play earlier than that.
What's up, football fans? If you thought the Browns' 31-6 demolition of the Dolphins was the biggest story coming out of Cleveland, think again. Tony Rizzo just dropped an absolute bombshell on his morning show that has the entire Browns kingdom buzzing. We're talking insider information, we're talking starting quarterback changes, and we're talking about Shedeur Sanders potentially taking over this team.
No matter what.
So buckle up, because this one's wild. Let's set the scene. Cleveland just dominated Miami, 31-6. The defense was absolutely lights out. 3 interceptions, 4 total turnovers, and they made Tua Tagovailoa look completely lost out there.
Definitely not happy, not proud of where I'm at with my play, with how I've gone about things this year.
Quinshon Judkins ran all over the Dolphins defense. On paper, this was a statement win. But here's where it gets interesting. Dillon Gabriel went 13 of 18 for just 116 yards. Let that sink in. Your starting quarterback threw 18 passes in a blowout win and couldn't crack 120 yards. No touchdown passes. 0. And this isn't a one-game issue. In his last 2 games, Gabriel has thrown the ball 71 times without a single touchdown pass. Even more telling, Jerry Jeudy, their big play receiver, was visibly frustrated on the sideline. 2 catches for 17 yards. That's not what you pay a guy like Jeudy for. And when Cleveland got into the red zone, what did Kevin Stefanski do? He took the ball out of his quarterback's hands and ran the Wildcat offense with Judkins. The Browns haven't run Wildcat since the Joshua Cribbs era. We're talking over a decade ago. That's not a vote of confidence, folks. That's a coaching staff screaming, "We don't trust our QB in scoring position." Here's what the stat sheet won't tell you. Gabriel has been 1 defensive back away from having a completely different narrative. Yesterday, he threw a pick that got wiped out by a questionable illegal contact penalty. Even the announcers said the flag should have been picked up. The week before against Pittsburgh, he threw 53 times and nearly got picked off 6 times. The only reason those aren't on his stat line is because Steelers defenders couldn't catch. In London against Minnesota, he should have had 2 more picks. This guy is getting bailed out week after week. When Gabriel does throw downfield, everything sails high or out of bounds. He missed Jerry Jeudy wide open in the back of the end zone against Pittsburgh. The accuracy issues are real, and they're not getting better. Now, here's where things get spicy. Tony Rizzo revealed on his show this morning that he spoke with 2 different sources at the stadium yesterday, and what they told him is absolutely wild.
I need to see Shedeur when they're going to give him a chance. And by that, I mean they have to tell him he's starting on Monday. Like, it's not going to happen anytime soon. I get it. But you got the Patriots, then the bye week. I was told by 2 different sources yesterday at the stadium. I was told by 2 different sources. One said Shedeur, Chris, will start the last 4 games of the season no matter what. Unless the Browns win every game through the Titans week. Shedeur will play the Bears, Bills, Steelers, and Bengals. They want to see what he's got. Another person said he could be in play earlier than that.
This is coming from credible sources inside the organization. These aren't random Twitter rumors. This is Tony Rizzo, who's been covering Cleveland sports for decades, putting his reputation on the line. Everyone wants to see what Shedeur can do with a full playbook and a real opportunity, not just garbage time reps. And based on what we're seeing from Dillon, that opportunity might come sooner than anyone expected. The narrative has been that nobody wants Shedeur, that he hasn't progressed, that he doesn't know the playbook, that he hasn't gotten any better. But what we've seen from Dillon Gabriel over the last 3 weeks shows that the Cleveland Browns are still uncertain about him. If reports are coming out like this, that there's potential to give Shedeur Sanders the last 4 games to start and see what he's got, that tells you they're still uncertain about this quarterback carousel they've created in Cleveland. The media in Cleveland makes it no better. Mary Kay Cabot makes it no better. Tony Grossi makes it no better. And Kevin Stefanski doesn't make it no better because he doesn't know how to answer the direct questions thrown his way to put out these fires. So now we've got rumors starting, allegedly, that Shedeur Sanders will be starting the last 4 games of the season. Plus, he's in play to start even before that. They're uncertain, they're hedging their bets, and they're leaving the door open for a quarterback change. After Joe Flacco got traded to Cincinnati and Kenny Pickett went to Las Vegas, the Browns are left with Dillon Gabriel, current QB1, struggling rookie, Shedeur Sanders, QB2, waiting in the wings, Bailey Zappi, journeyman backup, and somehow Deshaun Watson is lurking in the background, recently cleared for activities after tearing his Achilles. Kevin Stefanski's play calling yesterday said it all. When you'd rather run wildcat in the red zone than let your quarterback throw, that's not protecting your starter. That's admitting you don't believe he can execute when it matters most.
Yeah, I think it's just so important in this game of football that you have that same mentality every single week. And that's something we talk about with our football team. You know, you don't take last week with you, win, lose, or draw. So, obviously you celebrate those wins, but 24-hour rule is going to kick in here pretty soon, and you got to move on.
Cleveland just won 31-6 and somehow created more questions than answers at the most important position in football. With Shedeur Sanders potentially 4 games away from becoming the starter, or possibly even sooner, this story is far from over. The Browns' kingdom needs to buckle up because this quarterback controversy is about to reach a fever pitch. Will Dillon Gabriel turn it around? Will Shedeur get his shot? And what happens if Watson actually gets back in the mix? The next few weeks are going to be critical. Every game Gabriel plays, every decision Stefanski makes, every sideline shot of Shedeur Sanders, it's all going to be under a microscope now. The Browns' kingdom is watching, the national media is watching, and most importantly, the front office is watching. We've got the Patriots coming up, then a bye week. That gives Cleveland time to evaluate, time to plan, and time to decide if they're really committed to this path or if it's time to see what Shedeur Sanders can do. One thing's for sure, this quarterback controversy isn't going away. If anything, it's about to heat up even more. And we'll be right here covering every single development, every report, every game. Because this is the story in Cleveland right now. Stay tuned, y'all. This story is just getting started. The next chapter is coming soon, and it might feature number 2 on the setter. What do you think, Browns fans? Should they stick with Dillon Gabriel or give Shedeur his shot? Is Kevin Stefanski handling this the right way? And what about Deshaun Watson lurking in the background? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, hit that like button if you want to see more Browns coverage, and make sure you subscribe because this quarterback situation is about to get wild. I'll see you in the next one.